Bishops. In the early church, bishops held a central role in both leadership and teaching. The word bishop comes from the Greek episkopos, meaning overseer. A bishop was responsible for guiding a local Christian community, preserving apostolic teaching, and overseeing the celebration of the sacraments. Because of this responsibility, many early bishops were remembered with great respect, especially those who defended the faith during periods of persecution or doctrinal controversy. Many of the earliest saints were bishops. Their authority came from apostolic succession, the belief that bishops continued the ministry of the apostles through the laying on of hands. When a bishop showed exceptional holiness, courage, or theological clarity, the church remembered him in the liturgy. Examples include figures like Athanasius of Alexandria and Martin of Tours. Their leadership shaped the development of Christian doctrine and pastoral life. In the Roman calendar, bishops were often listed simply as bishop and confessor or bishop and martyr, depending on how they died or lived. Priests also appear among the saints, though less frequently in the earliest centuries. The word priest comes from the Greek presbyteros, meaning elder. In the early church, priests assisted bishops in caring for Christian communities. They celebrated the Eucharist, preached, and helped guide the faithful. While bishops held the fullness of pastoral authority, priests shared in their ministry. Some priests became well known for their learning, spiritual direction, or missionary work. Others were remembered because they died during persecutions. A well-known example is Jerome, who translated the Bible into Latin in the work known as the Vulgate. His scholarship shaped Western Christianity for centuries. Over time, the Roman calendar included priests who were recognized for holiness in pastoral ministry, scholarship, or martyrdom. Abbots and monks. The rise of monastic life added another category to the list of saints. Monasticism began in the 3rd and 4th centuries when some Christians withdrew from ordinary society to pursue lives of prayer, discipline, and simplicity. These early monks believed that withdrawing from worldly distractions allowed them to seek God more fully. One of the earliest and most influential figures was Anthony the Great. His life inspired the development of monastic communities throughout the Christian world. Later, organized monastic life grew under leaders called abbots. An abbot governed a monastery and guided the monks living there. The word comes from the Aramaic Abba, meaning father. In the Western Church, Benedict of Nursia played a major role. His rule of Saint Benedict shaped monastic life across Europe for centuries. Because monks and abbots dedicated themselves to prayer, asceticism, and spiritual discipline, many were honored as saints in the Church's liturgical calendars. Virgins. The title virgin in early Christian tradition referred to women who dedicated their lives to Christ in perpetual chastity. This vocation appeared very early in the Church. Some women chose to remain unmarried as a sign of complete devotion to God. Their commitment was seen as a form of spiritual consecration. In many cases, these women also faced persecution. Some of the most famous early martyrs were virgins who refused to renounce their faith or forced marriages. Examples include Agnes of Rome and Lucy of Syracuse. In the Roman liturgy, virgin became an official category of saints. It highlighted a life dedicated entirely to Christ and the kingdom of God. Holy women and widows. Another recognized group in early Christian tradition was widows who devoted themselves to prayer and service. The New Testament already mentions widows as an organized group within the Church. In the early centuries, some widows dedicated their lives to charity, fasting, and supporting Christian communities. These women often lived quietly but faithfully. Their holiness was expressed through perseverance, generosity, and devotion. An example often remembered in Christian tradition is Monica of Hippo. After the death of her husband, she devoted herself to prayer and played a decisive role in the conversion of her son Augustine. In early Christian communities, widows were respected for their spiritual maturity and dedication. Holy men and lay saints. Not all saints were clergy or religious. Many were ordinary laypeople who lived their faith with exceptional commitment. The early Church recognized that holiness was not limited to priests, monks, or bishops. Merchants, soldiers, parents, and workers could also become saints through their fidelity to Christ. Some lay saints were remembered for acts of charity or courage during persecution. Others were known for their witness in daily life. A well-known example is Alexius of Rome, who lived a hidden life of humility and prayer. The recognition of lay saints shows that the call to holiness belongs to all Christians, not only to those in religious offices.